Hi, my name is Evea Raye, and I am a course instructor here at the WCLC, and my background specializes mostly in fiction. So I have a master's degree in English with an emphasis in creative writing, and then I have my MFA, which focuses specifically on fiction. I tend to write in the speculative fiction genre, so things like fantasy, sci-fi. I like to do a little magical realism, even some folk horror. And then I also write a little bit of literary fiction. I lead the first draft novel writing course here at the WCLC, and the inspiration for this course really came from reading Anne Lamott's Bird by Bird, which is an excellent book. If you haven't had the chance to read it, I highly recommend it. But basically it focuses on looking at writing as an overall lifestyle and how do we incorporate our everyday into our writing routines, but also how do we break down these drafts so it's not this huge thing that we feel overwhelmed and intimidated by finishing, but rather looking at it one page at a time and giving ourselves the freedom to really experiment and play in your drafts rather than trying to focus on getting a perfect draft the first time. This course is designed for the writer who maybe has a really great idea for a novel inside of them or has always really wanted to write a novel but hasn't gotten started. Equally, it's for a writer who's maybe gotten started and is just looking for a little bit of support along the way. So in week one, we will start by focusing on structure. So we will introduce each other, we'll learn more about what everyone is writing, and then we'll dive right into structure and foundation and finding a framework that we can use to progress your story. In week two, we'll focus on the inciting incident. So that moment where your character is pulled out of their normal and into the world of the story. In week three, we will look at your rising action or the obstacles of your story that your character is going to have to face and how each of those obstacles will progress your character arc or your character's journey. In week four, we will focus on the climax, which is that big moment in the story that the entire rest of the story is leading up to, and how to really sell that with a big bang. So we'll focus on character development, but also how we really provide that payoff for all the promises that we made earlier in the story. In week five, we'll focus on the falling action or your denouement at the end of the story, where we're taking all those loose threads and we're tying them up together to create a really satisfying ending for your reader. In week six, the final week, we will be looking at craft elements and how you can use them to elevate your story. So looking at common writing advice like show, don't tell, and how do we use that to improve your storytelling. So each class consists of a lesson, a writing exercise, and then a workshop. So we'll start by having a discussion on whatever topic we're focusing on for that week. And then I'll move you into a writing exercise because I think it's really important for writers to be writing in a writing class. And then we'll finish with that workshop component where you will be exchanging writing with the others in your cohort, and you will get that feedback in real time, both from your peers, but also from me as the course lead. Within this course, I've seen writers from every stage in their journey, and we've had some pretty incredible success stories, from a writer who went from struggling to get down a single word on paper to writing 15 pages in a single week, or the writer who was struggling a little bit with who the story was about, trying a different point of view and just totally unlocking her entire story based on the feedback she got from her peers. The community aspect of this course is so important, not just for getting peer feedback, which is hugely beneficial, but also for the support that you will receive as a writer and the support you'll receive for your story. So much so that previous cohorts have even requested a follow-up course to be able to continue to work together and learn and continue to grow their stories together. I've really enjoyed working on this course and getting to meet the different writers throughout the different stages of their journey, and I hope I get the opportunity to work with you on yours.